All right, so we talked about Cam Newton and this little kid heckler, this mini heckler. But let's transition back into the sport itself. Cam Newton and Jameis Winston. There's some question about who is better of the two. What do you guys think about that?
Go ahead, Tommy.
Are you on mute?
Yes, I was on mute. I am no longer on mute now. I am unmute, as they say.
Please tell me that happens at least once a day to you guys, right? COVID, post COVID-19, like start like at least once a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, go ahead, Tommy.
But no, so we ran into a situation when we look at this where you have, top of the hill, bottom going up, and the bottom coming down. They're on either sides of the hill for the most part, right? Neither of them are rookies, obviously, but Cam Newton is definitely on the back 40. He's at the end of his career. Jameis Winston's kind of in that beginning, middle-ish phase, right? And so it's kind of like, you're kind of stuck with when you look at, that kind of evaluation, it's like, what do you need? Do you need right now? Or are you looking for future? Because, Winston has this possibility of a future, long future, as where Newton's future kind of gets real fuzzy at year 3, 4, once you get out there, it gets a little odd. Skill-wise, though, right now, it's hard because the body, what do you say, live stuff, things that you're dealing with today, recent exposure experience would say that they're kind of even, but Cam's obviously got a much bigger and much brighter breadth of work, right? He's done a lot more in his career at this point, and so it's that evaluation of, is his success over the past couple of years an indication of the programs that he was in, or is it an indication of deteriorating skills? And that's kind of where it really comes in, is because you have to look at, to say who's better, who's more valuable, it just depends on what your needs are and which risk you're willing to take. Because both the guys, it's kind of that whole idea: am I getting a flower that's dying, or am I getting a bud that's never going to flower?
All right.
Yeah. Pick your poison.
What do you think, Sam?
I would say this. I would say that, definitely if I had to pick between Cam Newton and Jameis, I would definitely pick Cam Newton. Now, if you're looking at as far as, Cam Newton, not Cam Newton, I'm sorry, Jameis Winston, he really didn't play. My concern was that even when Drew Brees went out, Hill was the starting quarterback for the Saints. So it was just like, okay, what are you guys doing with Winston? They brought him in on that one play to throw a touchdown. Looked great. Trick play. Looked great, but it's like, all right, so did Winston pay attention to Drew Brees, learn behind him? Because he is the only player that could have won Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, because throwing 30 touchdowns and then 30 interceptions, he should have been won both of those awards. Okay, so
I was like, wait, what do you mean?
So you have to look at as far as, Cam Newton. Yes, Cam Newton needs to learn how to be a pocket passer. We know that he can run with the ball. But obviously doing all that running is not helping his body. Okay, he needs to learn to throw from the pocket, and he can, but he needs to do it better than what he is doing. And then when you go to Jameis Winston, you looking like, okay, we haven't seen you since Tampa, since you played in Tampa. You did that one play, and hey, that was a trick play. So, all right,
Hard to really
the
see.
ball looked good. The ball looked good. Everything else looked good. So, but um, as far as throwing it, did you really learn behind Drew Brees? Did you sit back and say, "Oh, okay, this is what I need to do"? Or is next year, if Drew Brees do retire, is Hill going to be the starting quarterback and you're going to be the backup? There's no progress. There's no progress in that because a lot of things Hill is treated as a gimmick. He runs the ball. They run the ball with him all the time. So it's just like, was it that he didn't learn the plays? Was it that he didn't learn the plays? He didn't know all the plays, and where Hill does know all the plays, and he's familiar with the offense. Did they start him that way, or did Jameis Winston just be like, "Oh, I'm getting paid. Yeah, I'm behind Drew Brees, but
He's never leaving, so I don't have to work.
yeah, I don't have to work and take the Michael Vick one time when he was playing for Pittsburgh when he was not ready, that one game. So it was just, I still would pick Cam Newton because I think Cam Newton is still, even through his Instagram workouts that he does and everything else, he's still showing that, he's trying to get there. He's trying to work hard. He's trying to improve and everything else. And let's be honest about Cam Newton, okay? Yes, his numbers were bad, decent, not good, but decent. And he didn't have no receivers in New England. That's the reason why Tom Brady left. Tom Brady didn't have no receivers there. So, and then his receiver actually going to throw stones at him, talking about, oh, it's Cam. The reason we're losing is because of Cam Newton. It's just, come on, man. You can't even catch the ball. Why are you even talking? You're a second year player. You haven't established anything. You're talking to a former MVP, Cam Newton. Get out of here, okay? But I'll just say this. I think Cam Newton, I hope that I hope that he starts for New England. It's going to be better for them to have training camp for him to learn the system because a lot of people say in New England it's hard to learn that offense. But I think I would still pick Cam Newton over Jameis any day because I don't know how serious Jameis is taking his role if you're sitting him on the bench.
You bring up a good point. I mean, the idea of got a backup quarterback. My starting quarterback needs to take some rest, take time off. He's hurt. It's rather than go to my backup quarterback, I'm gonna go to my slash guy, my ex guy. I'm gonna go to the modern day Cordell Stewart, right? It's like that's what I'm gonna go to. It's like, why is that? Unless if they're planning on Hill being the next guy, right? Then it makes sense. It's a matter of, well, we're trying to keep him happy because he's the guy that we want to take this forward, and Winston is our backup plan, right? So that's really one of those things. But I mean, it's like, how do you feel about it? But I mean, as with you, I'm kind of in that boat that, if I got a team and I need a quarterback and this is my options, I'm gonna go with Newton because I know what he can do, right? That's the thing is I know what he's capable of, and if he can do it, I know it's not a matter of he can't do it because he didn't work hard enough, didn't try enough, he didn't take it seriously enough. He can't do it because it's just literally a skill decline thing. It's no question. As where with Winston, you do get into the like, did the guy was he just not able to do it, or did he just not do it? And they're way different things because you're paying for guys' bodies, and if bodies giving out, it's kind of like, well, not much you can do about that. I mean, the impact's the same, but you feel better because at least I gave it to somebody that's putting in the work. As where when you get somebody that's like, I'm not even gonna apply myself. It's like Russell out there in Oakland, where it's like you didn't even try. Like it was just literally might as well just wrote you a check and then cut you loose the next day because that would have been better for the whole team. So, I mean, I agree. Right now, if you're gonna pick one, if your goal is that 5 to 7 year quarterback, then you have to go with Winston because of Cam's age. But if your goal is you're looking to be competitive now in the next couple 2-3 years, and then after that you're kind of like, let's see. I mean, just you can't. You'd be really rolling the dice going against Newton.
Oh, and just mention was it DeMarcus Russell? Is it DeMarcus Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's DeMarcus Russell. And yeah, just say when you say Russell, everybody thinks Russell Wilson. So just say
not that one. That's why I said Oakland. I said Oakland. Russell Wilson has not played in Oakland.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I
that be
know.
interesting though if he was to get traded to Oakland? That would shake up the AFC West quite a bit.
Yes, that would.
Are we to Oakland, like Vegas?
All right, Las Vegas, whatever.
Vegas,
even
Vegas.
when they were in
Like,
LA, it's always gonna be
Dennis.
Oakland, whatever. It's always gonna be Oakland. They could be wherever. They could be in Japan. Oakland.
I was thinking, am
period.
I out of the loop? Is there a new team in Oakland that I didn't know about?
No, it's the Raiders.
All right, cool. Well, let's take another break because I know there's been some recent news regarding Dak. So let's take a quick break and come back and talk about what's going on with him and his contract seeking.